Hello everybody, it's Janetta and welcome back to another sustainability chat. In my sustainability chat series, I give my opinion, my perspective on different issues in the sustainability space, especially trying to give voice to different angles that I think are not being adequately addressed. Today I wanted to give a reaction to SHELBIZLEE'S video that she published last week where she talked about why she kind of hates the zero waste movement. And there are two main reasons that she gave that I would like to pick up on. So after this, go and watch her full video. I have linked it down in the description box. I watch SHELBIZLEE regularly and she makes really fantastic educational videos around everything sustainability and sustainable living. So please go and check out that full video. So one of the points she makes is that the zero waste movement lacks nuance. I agree with that because if you look at different zero waste content on YouTube or TikTok or Instagram, you know that it's often presented as either this or that. If you want to be zero waste, you have to be plastic free, or you have to have a certain number of items before you can be zero waste, or you cannot use a plastic bottle and still be an advocate for zero waste living or sustainable living, which is not true. I actually touched on this in an earlier video of mine where I talked about what I perceive to be a missing perspective in the zero waste movement, which is the perspective of that living in the global south, where zero waste living for us is likely to look completely different from zero waste living in the West. For example, the plastic bottle, which is often vilified in a lot of zero waste content, is a necessity in our context because that is our access to safe drinking water. The disposal of it, of course, is the problem, but it doesn't take away the fact that we do not have viable, sustainable alternatives to safe drinking water. One of the major points that SHELBIZLEE makes in her video is also our fixation on the end of the life cycle of a product. So basically, once the product arrives in our home and we're so fixated with reducing the waste that we create in our household that we kind of ignore the waste that occurs before the products actually get to us. So we really need to be conscious of the kind of products that we're selecting and not to just buy sustainable products just because, you know, they're waste-free products. But we need to also be conscious of the fact that every single product requires resources to produce, right? It requires resources to be transported to us. It requires resources to be packaged before we even talk about the disposal of it. I live in Ghana and there isn't such a wide variety of available typical zero waste products that I personally have been able to find. And the ones that I can find are most likely imported products. For me, that creates a conflict. Do I want to buy, you know, sustainable products that have been transported from thousands of kilometers away? Or do I want to patronize locally produced goods but do not necessarily have the sustainability label on them? And more often than not, I go the locally produced route because the way I see it, yes, it may not come in sustainable packaging, but it has been produced locally. So me purchasing that means that I am supporting my local economy, right? So there's the issue of social sustainability to look at. And also that way, I do not contribute to all the emissions that are being generated from products being transported over really, really long distances just to get to me. Supporting the local economy for me has become so important because the level of imports into Ghana is ridiculous. We import so much. So as long as the product that I want, there is a Ghanaian version, there's one that is produced in Ghana, I will choose to go for that one as much as I possibly can. For example, I recently discovered that Ghana produces coffee. I drink a lot of coffee, like 1 to 2 cups every single day. So when I realized that we actually have coffee, I thought I need to support my country. The second point that SHELBIZLEE makes that I really want to pick up on and expand on is the issue of accessibility. Products that are marketed as sustainable or zero waste products are not always accessible, not in terms of whether we can even find them to buy, but also in terms of price. The other aspect of accessibility that I want to touch on is the issue of time poverty. This is not my term. I'm pretty sure that term already exists. I actually think that this topic needs a dedicated video, but let me just quickly touch on this. The way I look at time poverty is that even though we all have 24 hours in a day, not all of us can use it the same way. And trying to live sustainably involves using a lot of reusables that need to be washed regularly. Now, If you're somebody who's out there hustling from dawn until dusk, that is really the least of your concern, and having a lot of reusables to wash just adds to your burden. Let's take the concrete example of cloth diapering. Now, I cloth diaper because I do not want to create the crazy waste of diapers ending in landfills. However, I should not look down on anybody who cannot afford to make that sustainable choice, because it involves time. You need time to prep and wash those diapers. At the end of every single day, I collect the dirty diapers in a bucket. I rinse it out before they go into the washing machine. Not everybody has that kind of time. Like I said, if you're out there hustling from morning until evening, the last thing you want to do is to come home and wash dirty diapers. And there should be nothing wrong with that. There should be no blame on the individual for that. Rather, the problem is really a system that allows companies to, get away with producing goods unsustainably, using unsustainable materials, and then not having an effective waste disposal system for the eventual waste that we create. I think that really is the issue. So that is just one example. I think I will go into more detail about time poverty and how that makes a zero waste lifestyle almost impossible. So watch this space. Click subscribe, hit the notification bell if you're not already subscribed. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Until then, take care. Bye bye.